folks, JD here, and today we've got this. This is the X520. It is a brushless vertical takeoff and vertical landing aeroplane. Now, as you can see, it is made from EPP foam. It's really tough. You have got those two huge brushless motors. These are the largest brushless motors, or the largest motors I've had on a fixed wing plane. You've got two little rudder flaps at the back. These are controlled by two little servos. So as you operate the plane left to right, you should find that those flaps open and close, giving you the movements that you require. And there she is. It's huge. It is very, very big. So it's going to be quite fun taking this up. This has been recommended to us, folks, by Dean Daniels, and I was hoping to get this up and fly this a few weeks ago, but unfortunately that wasn't going to be the case. Today, though, we have absolutely no wind. It is a very still day. This thing is going up. All right then, folks, so with that, let's get her up. Right, here we go. So what I'm going to do first is let's plug in this battery. Now, from the tests I've done indoors, I will say that when you plug this in, you've really got to be really firm with it and plug it in until it clicks. That does take a little bit of pushing, it really does. These things aren't the easiest to clip in. Right, with that now we've got a blue status LED on the back here, so that should be good. That's on the receiver board, so we should be good. So what I'm going to do is just click that in. There we are. It's a slight bulge coming from there, but that's alright, that's okay. Okay, so we've got that set up. There's no point me putting up the landing pad. The landing pad we've got is predominantly for small quads. This is not a small quad, this is a big plane, so I'm not going to be using it. So with this now, just knock on the transmitter, single one up and one down to bind, single beep, solid LED up there. What about the back of this? LED is still flashing on the back of the plane. Make sure the switch is up to V mode, vertical mode. As soon as you take off and you're at an altitude, you should then be able to click that down and it should then move into plane mode. Hopefully. Click and hold this time. There we go. And then we should be up. Right, we are. I'm going to flick it down a bit higher. Good God. Right, let's try this again. Let's take her straight up. Now this thing is going to need some space. Right. Wow. Straight away, there's one thing I notice, and that is that this thing is incredibly quick, as I'm sure you would expect from a brushless plane. Wow. Look at this thing go. This thing is really fast. Ooh, when he hits on a wrong current as well, he doesn't half bob up and down, bobbing and weaving. Oh, wow. Right, let's try it again. Let's take her up. Right. Oh, that was a bit weird. Okay, let's take her up as high as we possibly can. Let's pitch her down. My God, I am so impressed with the speed of this thing. This thing is quick, but I am absolutely 100%. No way. Do you know what? You know when you see something that's brushless, you know it's going to have power. You just know it's going to have a bit of power. But when you see brushless and it looks like and sounds like this. Right throttle controls altitude as well. Left throttle just controls altitude in vertical mode. Right throttle, if you move your right throttle around, you can control your altitude. Right. This is amazing. Absolutely 100%. Let's flip her around. Controls are inverted. Down is up is down. Oh, what? This thing is insane. And I must add that I think this field I have here isn't right for this at all. This is not right for this particular plane. I need to have a larger area. Because of where the tree line is of the trees, I'm struggling with line of sight to actually see where this plane is going to go. And because it is so quick, I think it's just, at the end of the day, it's just a judgment call about you having a bit of time with this guy. That's all it is. But obviously, as I have not had time with this guy until now, then there is a very strong possibility that I am quite inexperienced in how this thing flies. And it's good that I actually see that I am, to be honest, because this thing is a demon, absolute demon. This is most certainly, I mean, when it comes to planes, I love gliders. Why? Because they are simple, because you take off, they're silent, they're tranquil, they're very peaceful. This thing is tranquil when it's up in the air, but also it's quite stress-inducing. But you know what, Dean, mate, you recommended a very, very good vehicle here, buddy. You really did. This thing is outstanding. Now, it should be to the point of wanting to bring it back. I'm going to see if I can do it this time. Pushing that lever back up. Should. It does indeed. Ooh. Ooh, right. That's a bit of a learning curve as well. Okay, bring it back to me, buddy. Come on, here we go. So, you can... Oh, you've got to be very gentle on the landing. Okay, this is a bit of a strange scenario for me. If I take her up a little bit more, I need to bring her back to me a little bit. Wow, she flips on a dime. Do you see how quick that thing was? If you've missed it, I'll show you again. Those servos working overtime in the back. I want to bring her down because of those servos. I don't want her to be in any danger of her braking. So what I'm going to do is just bring her down, lowering the power, brings her down in altitude. But you do need a clear spot to land her, not like I've got. Well, I suppose it's a landing. Right. Wow, this thing is absolutely goddamn insane. There's probably a lot of you watching now that think, JD, I've flown things 15 times faster than that. Do you know what, mate? If you have, best of luck to you. I think it is fantastic, but I'm also a bit concerned that my run cam is going to come flying off the back of it. So let's have a little look and see. All I've got are these. I unfortunately don't have any more VHB strips, otherwise I'd be whacking it on with a VHB. Instead, what I'm going to do, and there's no real place other than the nose cone, I'm not going to start tying stuff around the nose cone. What I'm going to do is just put in a couple of Velcro pads, so at least if one fails, then at least I've got another few. I don't know where I'm going to put it though. I may have to put it directly at the back of the cone, to be fair. Try and see. Yeah. Problem is that you're going to have a view obscured by this, aren't you? Really? Ah, and it's wet as well. Right, okay. So I guess I don't know how well this is going. Well, that's my answer. Put it on. No, not at all. Right, okay, fine. I'm going to do FPV with this, but it ain't going to be today. I need to come up with a strap plan for this, so I can just strap it all up without there being any issues. Right, that's a little bit of a... There we go, that's good. Put it there. Right. Wow, okay, that was fun. That was immensely fun. So, I'm just going to check that they've got no dog walkers that have just turned up. Right, so I'm going to take her around again. One more flight. Get a bit more practice in with her. So here we go, going for takeoff. And we are up. So the left throttle will take you up to an altitude. Then, when you turn it into plane mode, it is absolutely useless. It does absolutely nothing. You've got your throttle then on the right analog stick. So quite literally, put it down a little bit, and you increase altitude, push it forward for positive pitch, and you decrease altitude. And it is, oh, it's wonderful. It is absolutely wonderful. Its flight is, do you know what, I don't like flying high. I have flown high with the Phantom 3. I had loads of confidence in the Phantom 3 because it's, well, the Phantom 3. And anybody will know if you've flown it, confidence oodles out of that thing, absolutely. But this thing, this is on another level. This is, don't have slow, medium and fast with this thing. You take off and it's just gone, and that's it. And it has got acro mode. I am going to be doing acro mode, but I need to practice a bit more with this. Otherwise, I'm just going to ground and pound her. And that's it, it's going to be down. But it is fun. It is immense amount of fun. Yeah, very taken. And with that 15-minute flight time as well, you can get in some proper flights from it. You really can. Now if I go one way, if I fling around the other way, oh, she's going out, she's coming back. Beautiful. Oh yes, 100%. Under 250 grams. And to be honest, 80 quid. It's really a really good price for this. This is just such a good little thing. It really is. Right, I'm going to do one more lap and then I'm going to bring her down. I think I don't want, because of the size of this grass and because inside here could be every kind of living animal known to man, I don't want it crash landing or anything like that. So what I'm going to do is just bring her around and then bring her up into a plane, flip her around and bring her back to me. You've got to drop altitude very slow. If you do not drop slowly, then you're going to have a spinning disc on your hand. So this is why you need to have an extremely still day before you take this thing up. Because altitude landings on this thing are very, very slow. Oh, bringing it down a bit too quick there. Just bring her around to me a little bit. Okay. There we are. And she's down. Oh, that takes a lot of concentration. Right, well there she is. The X520. Thoughts and impressions. This thing is an absolute screamer. Kicked me in the ass, absolutely, when I first took her off. I did not know what to expect. Obviously, no brushless motors. You're gonna have power from behind these little motors here. And these motors, to be fair, I'm saying little. They're not little. They run most of the length inside this particular body. This took off straight vertically, and then once you put it into plane mode, as you know what, you're dead. That's it, pretty much. You click it, and then boom, it's gone. And you're probably wondering why the first time when I took this up, the first time when you saw this, it was just covered in, well, all of this. Because basically I took her up, I wanted to see exactly how she was going to fly. I wanted to do one test lap as I normally do with planes. I just want to see whether or not, before I start recording, whether the environmental factors are okay for her to fly. Because otherwise, there's no point me trying to take her up when in a dangerous situation on film. So I took her up, flew around, bombed her directly, just in front of me here. And then I thought, right, okay, so I need to take it higher. This thing needs altitude. So it went straight up in the air. If I was to hazard a guess, I would say that I was about 40 foot up, 50 foot up, if not higher. And then once you flicker into plane mode, bam, that's it. She's round and she's gone and she's flying and it's absolutely lovely. Now, that is the plane itself. And as you see, when you come to land it, you need to take your time when you land it, because this thing, once again, will kick you in the ass if you don't. Because you may have seen when I first came to land her, I flicked her around, I brought her down, and I went to bring her down straight, and she started to fishtail. Started to snake rather. So it wasn't until I thought, oh, actually, Let's bring it down a little bit more controlled, which you have got with this. This is a very, very, very good transmitter. Now you've got your 3 modes. You've got your vertical takeoff, you've got your plane mode, you've got your acro mode. Yes, I know I haven't done acro mode today. I know, as I said in the film, I need to have a bit more time with this before I can fully pull off those acro moves, because you need height, a lot of height, because she isn't the fastest when she flips. And I've been basing that on how she moves up and down. It's very controlled as she moves up and down. What did confuse me, with a lot of planes, this is your altitude, and then this is your directional. With this one, this is your altitude in vertical plane mode. Once you then flick it down into horizontal, into actual plane mode, this is your driving stick. So you've got increase altitude, decrease altitude, left and right. Bit of a learning curve, but ultimately, very, very fun, very, very worth it. If you can't tell from my voice, I'm very excited. I'm going to be charging this up. I'm going to be coming back tomorrow. I'm going to be flying this again. I'm hopefully by that point going to attach FPV to it and do a sole FPV flight. Oh, folks, I'm so excited. Thanks ever so much for watching and listening, my friends. I've been JD. You've been fantastic as always. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Hello and welcome to all the new subscribers. I hope you're enjoying the channel. So until next time, my friends, happy flying.